Hi everyone. So in this video, we're going to create our first chart. We're going to create our area chart, and we're also going to format it. So if you feel it's going too fast, you can slow down the player, or you can also just pause it and take your time as we build and format our first chart. So if you go to the visualizations pane on the right hand side, you'll see this area chart just beside the line chart. Now there's an option for a stacked area chart, but we'll want to show the area chart just. So if you just click on this, and then we'll resize it. So you can click on the bottom right and it'll let us resize it. And we're in our overview page here. And from here, we just want to show shows added by the date. So if you see in our Netflix data titles, we have a date added field. So we can just tick this and it will show up on the x-axis. And then underneath it, we have our show ID. So we want to count show ID, and that will be our y-axis. So if you drag show ID into y-axis, it's going to count it. So what you'll notice, it's brought in every single date added. We don't want to show it like this. We want to break it down by year. And we can only do this by changing the data type. So on the left hand side, if you go to data view, we can change the data type here. So under the data titles, if you click into data titles on the right hand side, and if we click date added, at the top left here, you can see we can change the data type, and then we can change it to date. So it will give you a warning that your data will be stored differently, but we just click yes. Now it's been changed to date format. Okay, so here you could change the data type of any of our fields if we wanted, or we could do it before we import it as well. But if you go back to report view, you can see now it's showing a different type of chart. So it's still an area chart, but it just looks different now because our x-axis is in date format. And under our x-axis in our visualizations pane, we can now just display the date format as year. So we can change it to date hierarchy, and let's just remove day, month, and quarter. And now it's just displaying it as a year. So now we have our visual, but we want to format it, and we also want to add in a split of TV show and movies into our legend. So let's just do that. And on the right hand side here under visualizations, again you can see we have the legend option, and this is where we can drag in our type. So let's just do that. Okay, now it's split. Okay, so from here we can format our visual. So in the middle you'll see the option format your visual. So we'll just click on that. So we have two options. We have visual and general. So let's just work with visual first. And if you click the x-axis, you can see we can change from continuous to categorical, but this would be continuous because it will be ongoing. Y-axis, again, we can just change values, color, etc. But I'm going to keep it like this for now. Actually, we can remove the title. So you can just untick it and remove it to off. And then for our legend, if we just click on this, you can position it. So I'm going to position it in the bottom center. You can also choose if you want to show a title or not. I won't show a legend title. So under our lines as well, we can change the colors of our areas that show. So I'm going to make these more red so that they are themed like Netflix. So for TV show, you can pick any red you like. You could even go over to here and pick red, but I'm just going to put D70A14, and I'll use this red. And for movie, you can just click more colors, and I will use 7A1217. Okay, so I might also just remove our x-axis title I don't think we need to show the year, and it just gets confusing with the legend being underneath it. And then from here, if you just click on general, just beside visual here, we can edit the main title as well. You can choose to remove it, but I'm going to show it. And I'll just make it shows added by date. And we can center it then. And we'll reformat it a bit later, but for now I just want to change the coloring. So under effects, we can change the background color. So I'm just going to click more colors and make it the same, 333, 333 again. So transparency is already at 0% for me. Okay, and from here we can actually add a shadow as well. So I'm going to add a shadow and make it slightly darker. And what we can also do here is under visual border, we can turn it on, and this is where we can make our corners rounded. So we can just drag this slider and you can make it as round as you like. I might go 22, you can click away and then you can see how it looks. Okay, so what we'll do now is I just want to format it more, make the font white and remove the grid lines. So if we just click on our chart, format visual, and then under x-axis values, we can change the color here. So I'm just going to make it this second white color 10% darker, and you can see it just changes the axis color. And then we can do the same for the y-axis. And then I just minimize everything again. Legend. And then grid lines here, we can just turn them off. So this is horizontal and vertical. I'm going to remove them both. And then in general, we can change our title color here. So I'm just going to make it the same. And we can make our title a little bigger here if we like. And we can change the font style also. I'm just going to keep it as din for now. So I'm just going to minimize everything. If we click away, the final thing I would like to do is just change the border color here. You can see it's slightly darker. So I want it to match the background. So again, we'll just go back to our general effects visual border, and we'll just change this color here. So it's currently black, so we'll make it the same. And you can see here, it looks nicer now, I think. So the final thing I might do here is, you can see this long line with no values before the increase where shows start to get added. So we could add a filter just to only show the year to be after 2012, for example. So on the filters pane here on the right hand side, we could add in our filter in the metrics. We can see our fields here. So let's just click date added year, and we can change this to show is greater than, and I'm just going to make it greater than 2012. And then if we click apply filter, it's going to remove this long line with no values. So I think that just makes it look a bit better. Okay, so that is it for the area chart. In the next video, we will create our shows by rating chart, our bar chart. So I'll see you there.